My mother told her new family I'd abandoned her. Then her son showed up at my job with a shoebox that ended 20 years of lies. I'm the discarded son from my mother's first life. My mother told her new family I'd abandoned her. Then her son showed up at my job with a shoebox that ended 20 years of lies. I'm the discarded son from my mother's first life. When I was 11, she remarried, moved 4 states away, and had another kid I was never allowed to meet. My dad got full custody. He never once said a bad word about her. He just quietly drive me to the post office every month so I could mail my little half-brother letters, comic strips I drew for him, a $10 bill for his birthday every year for 2 decades. Nothing ever came back. Not a card, not a call. I grew up believing my baby brother knew exactly who I was and simply didn't care. I made my peace with that, I thought. Then, about a month ago, a guy in his mid-20s walked up to the counter where I work. He had my mother's dimples and my mother's cowlick, and he was holding a shoebox to his chest like it was keeping his heart in. Are you Marcus? His voice broke. I'm David. I think I'm your brother. I took my break early. We sat in my truck, and with shaking hands, he opened the box, envelope after envelope. My handwriting, my old return addresses, every letter I ever mailed, sealed, rubber banded into stacks by year. I was helping Mom clean out the garage before their move. These were inside a Christmas decoration bin way in the back. My mouth went dry. What did she tell you about me? He couldn't meet my eyes. That you chose your dad, that you told her you hated her and wanted nothing to do with us. She said she wrote you for years, and you never answered once. She'd cry about it, man. She used your name to guilt me my whole childhood. Don't be cold like Marcus. The parking lot tilted. She hadn't just deleted me. She'd cast me as the villain in a play I never auditioned for. David, I mailed those letters for 20 years. She hid them from you. He went white. Why would she do that? So I showed him my side. I keep a folder. Some wounds you document just to prove to yourself you're sane. Postal receipts, the money order stubs from his birthdays, a printout of the email account I'd made just for him. Outbox full, inbox empty. The court papers granting her visitation she never used. Not once. Not one weekend in 20 years. David picked a letter from the middle of the stack and opened it. The first human being to ever open one. A folded comic slid out. Me, age 13, terrible at drawing, had made a superhero called Captain Little Brother. The caption said, "For David, when you're big enough, we'll fight bad guys together. Marcus." He read it and broke down sobbing in my passenger seat. I told my girlfriend my brother was heartless. He choked. I've hated a cartoon of you my whole life. That's not on you, I said. You believed your mom. Kids are supposed to be able to do that. He grabbed his phone. We're calling her right now. Speaker, I said. She answered on the second ring. Sing-song sweet. Hi, baby. Did you finish the garage? I'm with Marcus, Mom. The sweetness died instantly. David, listen to me very carefully. Whatever he's told you, I found the letters, he said. All of them. 20 years of them hidden in the Christmas bin. Silence. Then her voice came back cold and smooth. A stranger wearing my mother's sound. I did what was best for our family. He was part of a chapter I closed. I leaned toward the phone. I was 11, Mom. A pause, then a sigh. Bored, inconvenienced. You were your father's son. You looked like him. You talked like him. Every letter that showed up was that man reaching back into my life. I wasn't going to allow it. They weren't from him, I said. They were from me. Same thing, she said. David's voice shook. Did you ever plan to tell me I had a brother who wanted me? She didn't even hesitate. You had everything you needed. I built you a clean life. I'm not apologizing for taking out the trash before you could play in it. I watched my little brother's face change forever in real time. I used to ask you why I couldn't have a brother like my friends did, he said quietly. You'd say, God gives us what we deserve. He inhaled. You were right, and you don't deserve either of us. He hung up. We sat in that truck for an hour. 20 years of catching up, pouring out sideways the way it does. Last weekend, David stood next to me at my daughter's 5th birthday party, wearing a homemade shirt that said, Captain Little Brother. He'd had my old comic printed on the back. She never called either of us again. Neither of us noticed for a while. We were busy.